Toxic. You're toxic. I'm toxic. We can all have the tendency to be toxic when we're not careful with the words, the phrases, the way of speaking that we use in our day-to-day lives. It's very easy for humans to be in a bad emotional place and to spread that place to other humans through your interactions and through the way that you treat the people around you every single day. This is dangerous because this creates a toxic cycle. Now, I want to explain the difference to you between one-off toxic behavior and cyclic toxic behavior. One-off toxic behavior is whenever you have some issue. You didn't eat right, you didn't sleep right, you're not exercising, you have some problem that is affecting your emotional state on a given day. This is not always entirely your fault. Sometimes it can't be avoided. Sometimes there's just things that you made a bad choice and now you just have to live with the consequences. You are in a bad mood for some reason. And the reason this is a one-off toxic event is because you don't always act like this, and this is because of some particular reason that you're in a bad mood this day. But on that bad day, you're just crabby to everyone, you're just talking bad, you're just being mean to people. Now the thing is that the people around you, if this is different behavior from what you normally exhibit, then the people around you are probably not going to be affected very much by this behavior, because they're going to notice, oh, he's not usually like this, he's just having a bad day. And hopefully if you're surrounded by good and loving people, they'll be able to understand this. Okay, let's move on to cyclic toxic behavior. Again, not trying to say that this is good, but it is something that happens. I just want to compare this with cyclic toxic behavior. Cyclic toxic behavior is toxic behavior that moves in a cycle. And eventually what happens is it starts with you being a toxic person through habits and through continued degenerate lifestyle choices that make you less and less happy and less healthy. So you are a crabby, angry person every day, and that shows in your interactions and the way that you treat people around you. The people around you then start treating you that way because they understand that you are never going to treat them nicely, and they are never going to treat you nicely in return. So you get often what you put in life. So if you're toxic to them, you're going to get that same bad behavior back to you. Of course, that bad behavior back to you doesn't make you want to treat them any better. And also, if you haven't made any choices about your health or your happiness, then probably your behavior is not going to change that much anyways. So this creates a cycle of toxic behavior that continues, and it destroys your life, your happiness, and the people's happiness and lives around you, the more people that choose to stay around you. So, how do we defeat toxic behavior? Well, firstly, we identify the toxic behavior in and of itself. We think back to the root causes. Is there anything that causes toxic behavior in a certain time? Might be because maybe we need to sleep more, maybe we need to eat at a different time, maybe we need to cut down caffeine or alcohol or cigarettes. Whatever it may be, there's always going to be a reason that you act a certain way. Sometimes it's linked to deep-rooted trauma. That can be another thing. Maybe you need counseling. The point of figuring out the root of your behavior is so that you can attack the root, right? Like, you can never attack a problem. You don't try to cut down a tree from the top of the tree. If you want to cut down a tree, you go right to the end and you just chop it down, right? The same way with your cyclic toxic behavior. You need to figure out why you're acting that way, and you need to start changing, like putting in the work to actually change. If you can't figure out, right? Let's say that you can't figure out where the toxicness is coming from in your life. Okay? You need to change everything. I'm going to say that one more time. If you don't know where the toxic behavior is stemming from in your life, you need to change everything. Stop what you're doing, change your schedule 360, figure out what isn't working in your life. Once you've done that, you can slowly go back and put the things that you want from your old life back in, one by one, until you find what's causing the behavior shift in your life. I know this doesn't sound easy, and it's not. It's not even conventional, but the question stands. Do you want to be a toxic person? Do you want to be surrounded by angry, unhappy people every day of your life? Because the more that you exhibit angry and unhappy behavior, the more you're going to get that in return. Only when you choose happiness and love are you going to be surrounded by happiness and love. You cannot be a bad person and be surrounded by good people. It doesn't work. Either you corrupt them or they corrupt you. Choose your influences carefully and figure out the root of your bad behavior. Kill it at the root. If you want to be happy, you've got to make choices to get there. No one's going to do it for you, and the people around you are not going to put up with your bad behavior. They will either leave you or they will become toxic the same as you. I hope that this reaches somebody who needs to hear it, because I also am a toxic person. I come from a history of toxicity, and it's taken me a lot of work and effort to come from a place where my communication is now at a level that I am not continuously hurting and making people around me angry on a day-to-day basis. I'm actually speaking from love, and I'm speaking from understanding of where somebody might be at right now who's watching this video. If this helps you guys, I hope that you can leave a comment. If you would like to talk to me about your problems, I am a professional counselor and life coach online. You can reach me through any of the links in the description, or even just shooting a comment below or to my email. I really hope to interact with you guys soon. I love you all, and I'm rooting for you, okay? See you in the next video. Peace out.